Hey everyone, welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight we're talking with Teri Ann of She Explores Off-Road. Stay tuned.
Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. The Lady Overlander Radio podcast is available live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also catch the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms. Enjoy the show.
Hey Arla, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I would be better if it would quit storming so much. That'd be great.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great. I think the last time we were on the air, we sat through a bad storm, which I think was 2 weeks ago today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you what, it's like it's every day.
Oh yeah, I had it earlier. It got pretty hairy.
Season. I literally this morning drove in the heaviest downpour I think I ever have in my whole life.
Wow.
Like 10 to 20 miles an hour on the interstate. Everybody had their hazards on. I was just like, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, and I got that about an hour after you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It was heavy, but
it's great.
Thankfully it's calmed down, it seems. So
supposed to rain again tomorrow and the next day. And the next day.
So when does all this end? Like in June or,
Well, gosh, we hope. But Mother Nature, she's cranky. She's mad.
Sure is.
She needs to go get her levels checked.
Right? She's probably perimenopausal too. That's what I think. We were just talking about that.
Hot flashes, cold flashes. She's crying a lot. Hence the rain.
I'm telling you. She knows. She knows what's up.
I mean, come on.
Goodness.
So we didn't have a show last week. Michael said she's bipolar. Yes, she is.
Could be.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Congrats on your new Gladiator too, by the way, sir. Welcome to the Jeep Club.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. So we didn't have a show last week. Had some conflicting issues, so we took the week off. Missy, you just took a little trip. Want to talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, I went down to Florida. My older daughter is just finishing up her the end of her first school year in private school down there, and first year of high school, and she did fantastic. I have to brag on her for a bit. She got A's and B's. She got an A in algebra, which I never did. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah. She has like an A++ in astronomy, and whatever. I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, she's doing really well. She's very happy. We miss her like crazy, but she's living her best life. And her little sister's going to spend the summer with her down there because they miss each other's sister time.
Fun.
And so Joe and Josh and I flew down on Friday, flew back on Monday. But we got to have a nice weekend with them and stuff, celebrating all of their birthdays and just spending time with family. So it was great.
A big party.
Yeah. And then what else is coming up? Oh, so June 1st, we have our first
and she freezes. June 1st, something. She'll be back. I went camping last weekend on the Buffalo with several people. We went out on the Buffalo and camped right along the river, and it was hot. That's what it did. It was hot. She's back. June 1st, you said, dear?
June 1st. Sorry, I don't know. I thought the weather was going to cooperate, but I guess it's not. Yeah, we're going to have our first event for Switchback Outdoor Safety for Warriors in the Wild, the nonprofit we started. We'll be having some veterans there for the day at Switchback headquarters, and they'll be getting all kinds of off-road recovery safety training. So that'll be great. We're going to provide lunch. It'll be a whole day event. And then
Is there
we'll
still availability for anybody who still wants to sign up?
there are about 3 spots left. So any veterans in, Midwest area that would like to attend, just go ahead and go to warriorsinthewild.org and you can sign up for that there. We are capping it at 10 veterans, just because we want to keep it small and for everybody to be able to ask questions and, get some hands-on time. So, but it should be a really good time. We have another event coming up in the fall that we'll announce separately soon. Then we have our ladies camping event. That is the 7th through the 9th, I believe.
That's with Feral Chick Outdoors, teaming up with her, Jessie, and another one on the 21st.
Yes, 2 in the month of June. Yes.
And that was a reschedule because of, guess what? The weather. All the rain. So we have that one also in June. That's also along with Feral Chick Outdoors with Jessie as well. And that one we'll end up rendezvousing over at Bonfire Saturday evening. So we should that should be fun. Hopefully it's not blazing hot because God knows that it's going to get hot in Arkansas. It always does. It's already hit 90. I mean, it's May and it's already hit 90.
I know, but you know what, girl? It's not as humid as it was in Florida. I was in South Florida and I was like, holy moly, I'm not used to this anymore.
It's awful.
It's hot. So,
hey, Phil. Hey, Jody. Hey, Lisa. Oh, Jody. I'll be going. Oh,
whoop, whoop.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
It'll
Which
be
one, the 21st or the 7th? Or both?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
It'll be fun. The one we did, the one that we went to, that Jessie did, was really fun. Had a huge turnout. Lots of ladies. It's Kai, LO. How am I supposed to know it's Kai? I mean, Lisa's always on there. Stop it. Aren't you working or something? There she is. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Hope you're feeling better.
We good, boy. We good. Come home. Hurry.
Yeah, this girl, she's off the rails. Your wife is. Get her ringed in.
Your wife is out of control. The 7th. Yay.
Awesome.
That's going to be fun. I think we're going to pre-run the trail next weekend with Jessie. Or I am, I guess. You'll be with the Warriors in the Wild, so I'll run it with her and try to get prepared.
Yeah, and then I won't be at the 21st through 23rd event because I'll be on my way out to the Pacific Northwest to attend Overland Expo Pacific Northwest and teach some classes there.
Yep.
So
it'll just be Jessie and I on that one.
Yep.
I'll be coming up from Dallas. Oh, the big D. All right, then. Nice.
Thanks to everybody that's watching over on Instagram. I see about 7 or 8 people have joined over there. Welcome. Nice. And let's see, what else do we have to cover? We have Pacific Northwest coming up. Then we have the next thing isn't till probably September.
Well, I know that there's, Bonfire. That's the 21st or 2nd, maybe the 22nd, I believe. That's a Saturday. Bonfire in the Ozarks. Then in August is Mountain West. We're not attending that one.
Right.
That's at the end of August. September is the 13th through the 15th is Overland of America in Jay, Oklahoma. It's their first year.
Yep.
The venue looks amazing. So if you're not signed up to go to that one, where are you at? Then we have where you at? Then we have Big Iron Overland Rally. It'll be the end of September. Then we roll up into, I know there's Overland in the Red in October. There's Expo East in October. There's Rendezvous in the Ozarks mid-October. October's pretty stacked.
We have our ladies event.
We've got our ladies event.
Philosophy, the 3rd through the 6th of October.
Yep.
And there are tickets still available for that.
Yep. October is stacked. So if you ain't going to that, where are you at? That's going to be in Jasper, Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
which is beautiful. If you've never been to Jasper, it's such a cute little quaint town.
And it's going to be on private property on 44 acres, and it's going to have an amazing view up on the ridge where we're going to be camping. It's going to be really, really awesome.
Lisa, bonfire is the same weekend as our girls' trip, the 21st, 22nd. It's that weekend. That's when they rescheduled it because of the weather.
Yeah.
If Ed up for both. Oh, what you talking about, girl?
I don't know what that means.
Hello, ladies. Hello,
Hey, Monica.
Sabrina signed up for several of those. All right.
Woohoo.
Can't wait. Hostess with the mostess. All
That's right.
then.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty busy summer and fall going on. And, all of those are scheduled right now, but things are subject to change. So we'll be letting you know if anything changes.
Oh, there'll be stuff to add in and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
So crazy. Be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Who we got tonight? Who are we going to talk to?
We have Teri Ann, and she explores off-road on Instagram. If you aren't following her already, go ahead and hop over to Instagram and give her a follow. She is a traveler. She has Toyotas. That's right. Amazingness. And we're going to talk to her about her adventures and her exploration and see what she has to say about, the world and everything. So, to miss so much.
Midwest. Oh, goodness.
Well, I mean, that's good.
No, Sabrina, it's not the 7th. It is actually the 22nd.
Bonfire? I thought it was the 8th. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I've been wrong one time. One time my whole life. No, it's the 22nd.
Is it? Did you just look it up? Yeah, I had Bonfire June 8th as well. Did they change it again?
Hang on. Maybe I'm retarded. Let me look. Give me a minute. My God, I am so stupid. It is June 8th. Don't listen to me. Listen, I haven't had a Mountain Dew in 4 weeks on Friday. Okay? 4 weeks without a Mountain Dew. Or any soda, for that matter. Any at all. So give me a break. You know how I'm in love I am with Mountain Dew. I'm in love with
Bonfire Rendezvous, June 8th.
June 8th.
Don't listen to Arla.
My bad. I quit. I'm fired. Somebody take my spot.
There goes that perimenopause again.
Somebody take my spot. Yeah, I had Bonfire for June. Nobody asked you, Lisa. Well, you go, girl. Bunch of turds. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. You're right. I'm wrong.
You guys heard that live here first.
I'll never say it again. Never.
I have it recorded now, so we're good.
Bruh.
It's going to be everywhere.
All the platforms.
There'll be replays.
All the platforms.
All right. We ready to bring our guest on?
Yeah, she probably fell asleep.
She probably just went off and did something else. She got tired of waiting on us.
Probably.
Hey, Teri.
She's here.
Mute. There she is.
There she is. Welcome.
So I got the computer working, but I don't have volume on it, and the camera's not on. So yeah,
it's all good,
I can
girl.
see you better if I look this way, but I can, Anyway.
Set your phone right next to it. Well, I mean, Misty's probably going to freeze a couple of times. It's fine. It's live.
Starling's controlling me lately.
It's live.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
If I freeze with a funny looking face, you guys can make fun of me while I'm frozen, and then we'll get back to business.
We will.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
Hey, off-duty overlanders. Oh, okay. BCG host town and host towns and ghost. I can't even read. BC Ghost Towns and Travel says woot woot.
BC Ghost Towns and Travel says woot woot.
Why am I echoing?
I don't know. You are echoing.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Let me
I wonder if it's to do with my computer being on here. I wonder if it's to do with my computer being on here.
Yep. I bet it's feeding.
Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to thank you.
There, gone.
Calm down, Teri. Calm down.
I hear an echo, 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 echo.
We don't want to
Okay.
hear our voices more than once. You're magical.
Yes,
Lord.
we're magical here. Okay.
Lord,
So let's get into this, Teri. Let's talk about you. Give everybody a little background on yourself.
So I actually go by Teri Ann.
Teri Ann, okay.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Canada, in Winnipeg, and now living in British Columbia, which is much better for off-roading.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 grown children, 21 and 23, that I've raised on my own. Physiotherapist. I work with mostly geriatric community and home care. And I finally got into overlanding about 2 years ago after being tired of waiting around for the right guy to come along and take me camping. So, yeah, that's about it.
Right on. That sounds amazing. What do you drive? What's your rig like?
I have a 2021 Tacoma off-road, which I just got in March. I had a different one. It was also a 2021, but it was a sport. When I got into off-roading 3 years ago, I went into Toyota and I said, let me speak to somebody who isn't going to treat me like a girl and who knows about off-roading. So they sit me down with this guy, and this guy doesn't know anything. He's only been there 6 weeks.
Oh.
So I'm like, I go in there and I'm like, I want an army green 6-foot box because I have to have the big tent. And, you know, what I'm thinking, what do I need a locker for? I can lock my stuff in the back of the cab. Well, that's not what a locker is. And this guy didn't know anything. He knew nothing. So I ended up coming home with a long box 2021 Sport and a tent made for 100 people. And there's only ever me in there. And it was one that opened. It was an iCamper that opened. So it took a little bit longer to open and close if you had to get out of there quickly. So I said to myself, if I ever got another one, it would be white so that I wouldn't cry about what we call BC pinstripes here, the brush.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a short box and it would be an off-road.
Mm-hmm.
And so in March, I finally found one and traded it in, and of course lost a whack of money, but now I have what I need. And I finally tried the locker out 2 weekends ago, and wow, it's cool. It works.
Right on. That's
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I upgraded my tent to a different one too, or not upgraded, but moved over to a quick pitch. So it's just like the kind opens like that.
The clam, yeah.
Yeah. So literally it takes me seconds to open. And if I had to leave in a hurry, I could leave with it open.
Yes, girl.
And I've had a couple of situations where I've wanted to leave in a hurry and didn't because it would have taken too much time outside putting the tent back together, closing it. So decided I needed to feel safe and be able to go wherever I wanted to go.
Absolutely. And what occurred that made you want to leave in a hurry? Can you give us an example of something that happened?
I was in this one. We have what are called recreation sites. So it's not a campground that you would reserve at with toilets. It's got picnic tables, outhouses, fire pits. That's it. First come, first serve for most of them. So it was October and end of the season. So I come in Sunday evening, people are leaving, which I expect, and I'm often on my own anyway, so that doesn't bother me. And I'm getting all set up and it's dusk already. And this guy comes walking into the camp and he's got a walking stick. He's about 35. He's got no top teeth, no bottom teeth. And he says, the outhouse is over there. And I'm like, yeah, I know where it is. He had obviously just watched me pee beside the bush because nobody was there. And then he's looking for toilet paper. And I'm like, the toilet paper, I didn't drop the toilet paper. I picked up the toilet paper. And then he's just kind of looking around. And he tells me he's been living in the bush for 4 years and he forages and fishes and hunts. And And, he has this little trailer and it's over there. If I need anything, I should come and see him, kind of thing. And um, meanwhile, I've got like my satellite device hooked on one hip. I've got my bear spray on the other one. I've got my hiking stick in my hand. And I'm pretending to talk to somebody in the tent. And all the windows are open. Like it's clear there's nobody in the tent. But I'm talking away, pretending there's somebody with me. So finally he leaves and I'm like, it's too late for me to pack up and leave. Like it's just too much. So
Right.
I have a fire, sit down, have a couple drinks, and all of a sudden I see these what look like stars shooting into the sky. Well, what the hell is that? First this crazy guy, now we've got stars shooting up, and I remembered seeing a picture of it, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. So I knew that I wasn't like going to be picked up by aliens, and it was the Starlink satellites being shot up. But it
Oh,
was
okay.
just altogether a weird night, and I would have loved to have just taken off. And then another time when I was on Vancouver Island in the very north part, there's lots of grizzly bears and wolves, cougars, all of that. And for the first time, I had a bear walk out onto the path, and there was hardly anybody there because it was the end of May. So kids aren't out of school yet. There was hardly anybody. Anyway, bear jumps on and I'm waving my arms. I don't want to yell because he sees me. I don't have to alert him or anything. And anyway, he left. And then another man was like, oh, did you see the wolf 30 meters away from the parking? And I'm like, no. And at that point I was like, I just want to get the heck out of Dodge. Like, I just want to go south and get out of, I need to see people. So stuff
Yeah.
like that, or, like the tide keeps rising. And even though you know where it's going to go up to, and you know that it still has 2 hours, you start panicking and thinking, I need to drive away from this spot.
Mm-hmm.
So just little things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
when
And then
we
bears
talk-
can move
Tend is
fast.
What's that?
I said bears can move fast.
Yes, they can. And it's more humans, like closer to town, it's humans that I'm
Yeah.
nervous about. And then out
Oh,
deep
I
in the
agree.
bush, it's animals. So I've been
Yeah, I've
lucky
had
so
more
far.
problems with people than animals,
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you do the right things with bears and that, you should be, the food is kept put away all the time, and
mhm.
the bear spray is always in the door of the truck, which I actually sprayed it on Friday as I was going into work.
Oh,
That wasn't pleasant.
Ooh.
no.
No, I got told I had to go home and couldn't see any respiratory clients until I showered it all off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pepper sprayed before, for
Oh,
training purposes, and it's similar. So yeah,
yeah.
not a good time.
Yeah. I could smell it in my nostrils the next day still. Like it
Ugh.
was horrible. Don't do it.
Do not recommend.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
we talk about a lot, with other ladies and stuff when we teach classes about safety, being out there on your own and being a woman out on your own, solo camping and whatnot. And a lot of it is like trusting your gut. Like if something doesn't feel right, then
So
leave.
true.
go
Yeah.
down the road. And those examples you just said, like, ugh,
Yeah.
something
Although the
right.
first few times that you go by yourself, your gut never tells you anything good. You're like
Right.
Yeah, you're
terrified
nervous
the whole
anyway.
time.
Go home.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, definitely trust your gut.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jody says, I travel alone and have to have a bug out sometimes. I usually some weirdo. I tend to track them up. Great. And you're coming up to our thing. So
Hey, you won't be alone at
I'm
least.
just kidding. People can be scarier than Bigfoot. Well, that's true. Always go with your gut. Yeah. And Sabrina up here, she always travels with a big white dog who is Gus. And he is a Great Pyrenees and he's like 150
Oh, nice.
pounds. He is
And
ginormous.
he's amazing.
and he's my favorite.
Now, I have a chocolate lab that could probably help me a little bit, but she's too much of a sissy to try practicing getting into the tent. I've built ramps, I've done everything. And if I leave her in the truck to sleep, she'll cry all night. So it's just me.
I have a black lab. She's like 80 pounds, and I can't get her up in the tent. My husband literally has to lift her up into my tent because I tried this weekend when we camped. I couldn't even get her off the ground.
Yeah, they're heavy. And I
tried
mean,
to
there
lift her
are
up and put her in
different
my
tools
feet.
that you
I
can
couldn't
use.
put her there. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I'm a sissy. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Doggos are awesome though. They're fun to travel with. But there
Yeah.
are some logistics and some things you have to figure out, you know.
Mhm. I find though, like if you're in a spot that you're really having to watch around you for animals and everything, I think my dog might make me more nervous. Attracting animals or not responding properly when an animal comes around, thinking she's bigger than she is, or
Mhm.
I don't know. Just
Yeah.
constantly having to watch she's not running off.
Yeah.
It's really unnerving when they start growling off into the woods, you know, looking that way and you're like, what is out there that I don't know
That would
about? I'd
scare
rather
me.
not know.
What's
Yeah.
happening right now?
Yeah.
That would scare me.
Give you the creeps, make you paranoid.
Yeah. I do also have a little wiener dog that I could lift in, but she could care less if she goes anywhere. And
Literally-
she'd probably bark at whatever it was and upset them anyway. So
We have a wiener dog, and then we have
Oh!
our black lab.
What color of wiener do you have?
She is
That sounds
a
bad.
chocolate long hair.
Okay. I
We
have
don't
a
mind talking about
dapple
wieners
short
on
hair.
this show. It's fine.
She's a butthole.
Yes, they all are. And I'm on my second one. I don't know what I was thinking.
This is my fifth. I'm not
Oh.
smart.
Oh, no, you're not. I'm
No.
done after 2.
Oh God. I can't imagine bringing my dog Jasper. He's nuts. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know you had a dog named Jasper. That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
I
she
just
does.
put a stair tread on the tailgate to help Gus to get in the Jeep without slipping.
Aw.
Stair tread. Huh.
Like that sandpaper.
Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome.
Interesting. I need to do something different. I don't know. Or she needs
I
a
am sure
steppy
Techno
stone.
Gus appreciates that.
I'm sure Techno Gus does appreciate that. And he deserves it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've heard of all kinds of methods that people have used. They've put yoga mats on the hood of the vehicle, then the dog jumps on the yoga mat and then onto the roof. But with a wedge, she'd have nowhere to go. And then if she gets on the tailgate, I don't have anything high enough for her to jump on again to then jump in the tent. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of logistics.
A
and
lot of logistics.
Figuring stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I
I
can
mean,
hard-
if you are able to take them, it's cool, but you know, that's not always possible. So,
Yeah.
We gotta
so
have
who
all the
watches
things.
your
They have
babies when you're out exploring?
What's that?
Who watches your babies when you're out exploring?
Well, currently, usually one of my kids is home. But come September, they might not be, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. So,
Oh.
because I really don't want to put them in kennels every weekend when I'm away or for a week at a
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay for them, but I mean, I can't afford it either.
Sure.
So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe the lab is going to have to learn to just sleep in the back and put a baby monitor so I can say, "Hey, shush, you're fine."
We'll call it a
Shush.
puppy monitor. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Puppy monitor. Yeah, that
Aw.
works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, boarding is
So-
very expensive.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's a matter of finding somebody who you can trust, because you don't want them to be stuck in a cage all day.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
I have somebody that comes to my house and stays with ours most of the time, and we take them from time to time with us.
Yeah.
But most of the time, somebody comes and stays at my house with them. and I know them. So at first it was a little weird, but now it's
Yeah.
not. It's better
I
than
think I'm
taking
going to
them
have
to a
to find
kennel.
someone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're still in their house. They're more comfortable,
Yeah.
all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So
I
It's
just
probably more
find when
cost
I'm trying to
effective.
leave to go on a trip, I'm like rushing. And then it's like, shoot, is the house clean enough for somebody to come stay here now?
well,
That's a good point.
Yep.
they'll get over it.
So, what's your favorite trip you've done so far? Where did you go?
Ah, probably to Canoe Mountain, which is Valemount, BC. So it's close to the Alberta border, about 5 hours away from where I am. And it's the highest BC mountain road you can go on.
Oh, nice.
And I believe it's about 8,900 feet, which isn't massive in terms of a lot of others. I know Pikes Peak is higher and whatnot, but the highest one that you can actually drive up. And it was, I think it was my favorite because it was very liberating. It was a very steep run and all like rock, and I'm not lifted or anything. And it was, I always seem to go in off season. So it was end of September, I think. So nobody on the trail. If anything went wrong, and you get up there to the top and you can just see everything all the way around. It's just an incredible view. But windy. I had to plant my walking sticks into my gut and into the ground just so I could have two hands on my camera.
Oh,
Forget
wow.
taking a drone out. Forget that. I wanted to sleep up there, but it was just way too windy. But it was just such a grand drive, and it was, um, I wore a belt buckle of my dad's up. My dad passed in November, a couple months after this, and a belt buckle that says Don, which is his name. And I hadn't told him that I had taken his belt buckle. So I ended up putting it in a reel that I made for Instagram. And I'm like, did you guys watch it? Did you watch it? I'm waiting for them to say, did you steal that from our house? Anyway, he was quite touched that I, wanted to have that buckle on me when I was in tough places. So it was just, the whole thing was just, it was a special trip.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. Yeah.
And now it's even more special. And do you still
Yeah.
take that with you?
I've got it on most of the time. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, I'm going to bring your ashes up to all the high points and let you see everything. So I've got one friend that she did that, and every time she would do it, she'd hashtag dumping out dad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's when you've got the grips on everything, right?
Mhm.
So.
Wow. Oh, I think she froze again. Misty.
Oh, did I? Oh, she did.
Misty froze.
Mm-mm.
There she is. Yeah, you did.
I don't believe it.
You did. You had a look.
Did I freeze like this?
No, you're like,
You would
You
think
are.
it's not windy outside. The kids aren't here using up the bandwidth. You would think the Starlink would behave itself tonight, but no.
she says no.
No.
How do you like that Starlink?
When I'm out west, I love it. Here, where there's lots of trees, it's not that great. I mean,
Mm,
it's okay.
right.
It's okay.
We don't like to be around trees.
Mm-mm.
You gotta be able
Yeah.
to shoot it up there.
Yeah, we need to take some trees because it needs to point north, and due north is right into the tops of some of our trees. So we just need to cap
Oh,
them off a little bit
yeah.
more. But
So do you
we
have
do what
a
I can.
property that you park at and then you go away from there?
Yeah, so we have a cabin in Arkansas, and then we have an
Oh,
off-grid
okay.
cabin in Arizona as well. So we have like
Okay.
two little home bases that we stay at sometimes, but we still travel most of the time.
Right. And the one in Arizona was St. John? Was that it?
Yeah, St. John's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I heard it on an episode earlier today.
Yeah. It's great. We got 40 acres out there. It's really nice.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
It's hard to buy land now. I kind of just poke around looking now and then. And here in British Columbia, like it's almost impossible to buy any open land
Oh, wow.
unless
just
it's
so
like in
expensive.
town and you're gonna ready to develop it.
Yeah. It's just so expensive.
Yeah. Super expensive and just not a lot available. I guess, I mean, part of the issue is we have a lot of crown land, right? Which is also land that we can go and camp on and do everything else. So can't complain too much about that.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys call it crown land there also?
We call it public land, or
Public land.
it's government owned, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's different types. There's the national parks, and then there's national forests, and then there's Bureau of Land Management lands. There's what else? There's all different. I mean, there's state lands, state trust lands. There's lots of different federal lands that we call public lands here because they're
Okay.
supposed to be open and available for public use. So,
Yeah. And is there a time limit?
yeah,
Ours is, I
usually
think,
camping is
14.
14 days.
Yeah. That's what ours is. Although our homelessness has become so bad that there's a lot of encampments in the bush.
Mm.
A
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah, there's closer to big cities like Portland, Oregon, Seattle, the national forests that are near the larger cities, kind of
Yeah.
right on the outskirts. They have a lot of homeless population and
Mhm.
transient. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. Like everybody needs a place to live, but the mess that's left behind, that's the problem. It's that
Mhm.
everything gets left, and luckily we have a group here in the Okanagan that picks up garbage like that, but yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple of different groups in the US. Tread Lightly.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another one. Tread Lightly seems to be the big one, but yeah, they go out and they host a lot of cleanups and stuff.
Yeah.
And work in partnership with the government to try to clean up the forests. And
Our
yeah.
government does not take part, unfortunately. I don't know if they just know all the good volunteers are going to get out there and pick it up, but it's all through volunteer money and donations of equipment and stuff like that, which is really sad, that the government's not taking part in it.
Yeah, that is kind of sad.
One day, maybe.
Come on, Canada, get it together.
Right? That just might be in the Okanagan. I don't know about the rest of British Columbia or Canada, but
Yeah.
I know our group works pretty hard to get things cleaned up.
Well, it's good though. I mean, it's good that there are volunteers that are willing to go out and do that, because it's definitely needed everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I go through my phases. For a while there, it was nails and screws. So I had my fishing magnet. Everybody would see me walking around. I got boxes of nails and screws because they got to be good for something. Then the next year it was glass, picking up glass. So much glass. This year it's cans. So, but it just never ends.
No, it doesn't.
Bullets, cans, glass, this, that. It's like they think, well, if we burn it hot enough, it's going to burn all that stuff.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Jody says sadder than people can't just pick up after themselves. Very sad. I mean, you see a lot of things like toilet paper, feminine products, where these ladies will leave that stuff and not pack it out.
Yeah. I always tell people to bring dog poop bags. Those are great to put your toilet paper in.
Well, they have all kinds of stuff now. I mean, they have this gel stuff you can put to kind of absorb stuff to where it, it's not sloshing around when you're trying to take it out of there. And there's all kinds of, there's no excuse is my point. There's all kinds of things now.
No, there's not. And there's all kinds of great shovels around. You can get a $500 shovel to dig a hole. to put the
Right.
paper in.
Sabrina, WTF Canada. Last time we went through YT and BC, it was clean, but that was 20 years ago.
It
Well,
still
times
looks
change.
clean. It still looks clean. It's that when you go on all the little trails, you start to find it,
Yeah,
you know?
same
It's
here.
sad.
I mean, you go out and there's beer cans,
Yeah.
things of that nature laying around, and
Well, we've got a
just
lot of
trash.
vehicles, like burnt out trucks or motorhomes, everything. Boats. A boat in the middle of the road. It takes less gas to take it to the dump. Like it just makes no sense at all.
That's laziness. That's just
Yeah.
pure laziness.
Yeah. Our community's pretty good though at shaming people. So Facebook is utilized and the online paper is utilized. Anybody know this truck? It's kind of nice when they get found out.
Yeah, that happens here too. I haven't really seen very many like vehicles abandoned out, on trails and stuff like that. I've seen a few. Mostly it's like trash, and then sometimes you get out there and there's like a couch out in the middle of
Or
nowhere.
mattress.
The energy it took for you to drag that damn thing out there,
Yeah.
really? I mean, it just seems so pointless to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know in some cases you've got people who they're going out for 2 weeks with a whole bunch of people. So they're bringing out stuff like couches and tables and stuff. And those are the same people that just don't
Leave
take
them
it back
there.
home with them, right? They're like, whatever, we'll burn it.
Ugh,
Oh, there's
Yeah.
tires and old
Yeah.
fridges. There's all kinds of
that
stuff I've seen in the
stuff.
forests.
Yeah.
just so
That's
dumb.
crazy.
I think it was about 10 crack pipes one night
Mm.
picking up stuff. It's like, don't you want your crack pipe? You should take your crack pipe with you. Doesn't help you if you don't have it.
Keep your crack pipe to yourself. Take it with you. Leave no trace of your crack. Thank you.
That's right.
Gosh.
Got a point.
I mean, come on. You're going to smoke crack, at least do it on your own land somewhere away from the forest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say no to drugs, kids.
That's right.
Not
Especially
a
crack.
So let's talk about, do you have any upcoming trips or anything exciting planned for the next rest of the year? Or?
So I have, I believe, 4 1-week blocks off.
Mhm.
And I haven't quite decided where. I wanted to go up to, have you guys ever heard of Tuktoyaktuk?
I have.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Arctic Ocean. I had really wanted to do that this summer, but it's just too long of a drive to do in a 1 or 2 week period. And I don't want to, I know some people fly there and then they rent a vehicle from Yellowknife or something, but I wanted to do the whole drive. So I won't do that, but I might head up to Hideaway. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Mm-mm.
It's a
I've
little island, indigenous, and it's just a beautiful tropical island that people go to fly in usually. There's lots of really great fishing around there. But it's quite a lengthy ferry and costly ferry, but you can camp right on the beach. We don't have a lot of places in Canada where you can camp on beach.
Mhm.
So when you find them, you go to them. I think you
Heck
guys
yeah.
probably have quite a few more there. And then I have to go to the Kootenays, which is in the southeast portion of British Columbia. Last year, I really wanted to go on this one group trip, and another fellow said to me, well, Teri Ann, like your wheelbase is really long and you're not lifted and you don't have, heavy duty skid plates on there. I don't think you should go up this one. I don't think you should go up that one. And when you get pinstripes, you're going to be really upset about it. So now that I've got the white short vehicle, I'm going back to those runs and going to do them.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it's with a group or not. So, and then I'll
Awesome.
probably go back to Canoe Mountain at some point. And then over to Vancouver Island again.
Nice.
If you haven't been there, it's heaven.
I
So
myself
beautiful.
have not been to Canada.
Oh,
not
you
yet.
have to come. British
Not yet.
Columbia, though, that's,
Of course.
I mean, it's all beautiful, but if you're wanting to do any off-roading, you want to come to BC or parts of Alberta.
Sabrina says you should come here instead.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, well, you know what? From following this one guy, I've realized that I need to go to Idaho. I had no idea that I needed to go to Idaho, but I have to go to Idaho and it's beautiful.
It is.
I didn't realize that it had like those beautiful rocky mountains. I don't know why I didn't realize that, but so I need to go there. Colorado, I've been to many times, but I haven't been there off-roading. So I would love to go there. And then, of course, everywhere else, like in California and Washington and Oregon. And there's too many beautiful
Wyoming.
places. That's the problem, is I don't even need to leave British Columbia because there's too many places to go here. But I do need to go down south.
Well, the Ozarks are pretty too. So
I've
Mhm.
heard that.
we've got lots
Yeah.
of creeks and springs and rivers, and it's really, really pretty.
Nice.
Hiking, trails.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? I regret that I just started all of this because I should have started years ago.
I know,
just
right?
didn't know. You know, like years ago, I had a Suburban, I had a Durango. Never crossed my mind that I might want to go off-roading. Then my son took me up one of the mountains close by here with his 4Runner 3 years ago for Mother's Day. And I'm really into taking photos and I get up there and I'm like, oh my God, like, why don't I have a truck? I need a truck. I didn't even think I needed a truck, but I need a truck. And then it all
Yeah.
just kind of spiraled from there. And he's like, well, you have to get a Tacoma. And so then, yeah, I focused on getting the Tacoma, but I missed out on a lot of years. Got to catch up.
Yeah. But you have
I
time
agree.
now to catch up.
I do. Now with grown children that are done hockey and all that.
Yeah.
Mom's time.
It's one
Yeah.
time. Yep, we all should have started years ago. I've been camping
Yeah.
a long time, but the overland thing
Yeah.
has just been about 4 years for me. So
Oh, so you're kind of in the same boat. I
Yeah, I
camped
like
forever too, growing up and
yeah.
whatnot. But then
Mhm.
I've been on my own for a lot of years and thought, well, I can't do it by myself. I can't
Yeah,
do it by
I've only-
myself. I can't
I've
do
only
it
got
with
my-
little kids.
I've
And
only had my
then,
feet 5.5 years.
yeah, you
Well-
realize you can do it and you go out and do it.
Absolutely.
I'm here to tell you can do it with little kids and you can do it by yourself.
And you know what? I wish I'd known that years ago.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't travel much with them. You know, I brought them to the mountains to go skiing at one point and whatnot. But I grew up traveling, and I just couldn't fathom holding it all together and figuring out a trip. And I don't know, just didn't think I could do it.
Yep. You can.
I
You
was
can do
waiting to
it.
get saved.
Yep. You can do it. You're doing
Yeah.
it. You're doing the damn thing.
I'm doing it now. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of my whole goal with posting stuff, and that is if I can get other women out there, other
Mhm.
people, don't sit at home and wait. You can do it. You know, you just have to dip your toe in the water and get out there.
Give it a try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it a try.
There's so many people to learn from, you know.
Absolutely.
That's where I figured out all kinds of things was on Instagram. You follow different people and
Mm-hmm.
ask different questions, and everybody's happy to share information other than locations. I don't know how people are down there, but in British Columbia,
Yep.
people get
They
really
stingy
mad.
here too. They're stingy
Yeah.
here too.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cutthroat. Oh my God, why did you say that you were there? Why did you post that? And it's like,
Come on, man.
yeah, I mean, if somebody's going to go through the effort to get to that specific location, they're not going up there to trash it. Like that's a deep in the bush point that if you're going through that effort to get to be safe and everything like that, you're not going there to cause problems generally.
That's right.
Kai, ain't you at work? Boy, I'll tell you what. I'm going to smack the Cajun out of you.
Look out, Kai.
Mm-hmm. You got to come home sometime.
Arla's spicy.
I can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I sure am.
Said I'm just here to help.
I'm just here to help. Yeah, you helping. Not putting your stuff up anymore. How about that?
Oh, Lord.
No more comments for you. No more. No more.
So, Teri Ann, if people want to follow your story, where's the best place to find you on social media and such?
Well, Instagram is where I mostly post. So She Explores Off-Road. I do post some of my stuff on YouTube and some of it on TikTok, but I'm still kind of primitive and I make my video on Instagram generally. So then if you download it, the quality is gone.
Yeah.
So unless you can find the same music and everything else, I generally just keep it to Instagram.
Right on.
I find that's the best place to kind of network with people and
Yeah,
the contests. There's always contests.
that's true.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being. We've had a really great time chatting with you, and everybody make sure you go and follow her on Instagram. She Explores Off-Road. Teri Ann, thank you so much. We really appreciate
Thanks for having
you
me.
tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you. We love you.
Lots of love.
We definitely need to share a campfire sometime soon.
Absolutely. I'll have to come south.
Yes. Just fly down here and we'll take care of the rest.
Oh, well then. If I don't have to bring a vehicle.
We got vehicles.
Right on. We got it all.
We got it.
Thank
Gotcha.
you, everyone, for watching. Have a great night.